Hi, third graders. I thought I'd bring you today to do some grammar activities, language activities. So I would like to start off with this sentence here. It says, "Won't Bob help with the dishes?" There are some mistakes in this sentence. The first mistake is we always capitalize the first word of the sentence. So I'm going to draw 3 little lines underneath that to make sure that I remember to capitalize the word won't when I rewrite it. I also notice Bob is a name, so I'm going to capitalize Bob. So I'll put 3 little lines under the word Bob. And I need to look at the sentence. Won't Bob help with the dishes? I have to ask myself, is that a telling sentence? Is it an asking sentence? Or is it a sentence that shows emotions or feelings? To me, if I read it again, won't Bob help with the dishes? I'm asking a question, so I need to end it with a question mark. I'm going to put a question mark at the end, and then I'm going to circle it to remind me to add that in there. Now I want to go back and look at it. Won't. Won't is a contraction, and a contraction is 2 words put together to make 1 word. And won't stands for the words will not. So I need to put an apostrophe between the N and the T. Won't Bob help with the dishes? So when I go to rewrite it, it will look like this. This is what it will look like. I've capitalized the W in won't because it's the first word of the sentence. I put an apostrophe between the N and the T because won't is a contraction which stands for will not. I capitalized the B in Bob because Bob is a proper name. And then I put a question mark at the end because it's asking a question. Here's another sentence for us. It says, Pam, she is carrying papers, pencils, and books. So, first of all, I need to look for the first word of the sentence. I need to capitalize it. And Pam is a name. So I'm going to capitalize that word. Pam, she is carrying. Pam and she are the same person. So I am going to loop out she because I do not need the word she there. Pam is carrying paper, pencils, and books. It's a telling sentence, so I'm going to end it with a period. Then I go back and I reread it again. It says, Pam is carrying paper, pencils, and books. Paper, pencils, and books. Are paper, pencils one thing? No, I have a series of 3 or more items here. I'm talking about paper, I'm talking about pencils, and I'm talking about books. So I need to use a comma in a series of items. So I'm going to put a comma after the word paper and pencils. And then I can stop using the comma there. So if I were to read my sentence again, it says, Pam is carrying paper, pencils, and books. Remember that comma means to pause. If I didn't have those commas there, it would say, Pam is carrying paper, pencils, and books. Now, it will look like this when you rewrite it. I've capitalized the P in Pam. I've taken out the word she. I've put a comma after paper, a comma after pencils, and a period after books. That is just a few things that we can work on when we are writing. Capitalizations, punctuation, and using a comma in a series of items, and using an apostrophe when we're talking with a contraction or writing with contractions. Hope you learned something. We'll see you later. Bye.